Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jalissa. I am a organizer with MOPA, which is a movement of immigrant leaders in Pennsylvania. I'm the coordinator, specifically the mobilization and tactics coordinator. MOPA is a movement of immigrant leaders in Pennsylvania. We're a network of families all across the state that fight for the human rights of all, regardless of someone's immigration status. We have 13 points of struggles and two priorities, which are both being driver's license for all and immigration reform. On the state level in Pennsylvania, we do lead the coalition Driving PA Forward, which fights for House Bill 769, the expansion of non-real ID driver's license. As MOPA, our voter engagement turnout is something we are extremely proud of and something that we are continuing to work towards. In MOPA, we have done several canvassing days and several get out the votes campaigns throughout the years. Specifically in this year, we are currently actually having a get out the vote canvassing day on October 19th and 20th in Upper Darby. Our experience with the Latino vote specifically is that there is a lot of disillusion with our system, and what our response to that has always been that our votes are not a show of support, but a vote of our demands. Specifically, with the Poor People's Campaign, we have a priority of immigration reform, but also 16 other points that we fight for as a just agenda. And we always say that our votes are not support, but they are our demands. Specifically with the Latino vote, we also know, and in our conversations with people, we are realizing the day-to-day struggles of everyone, whether that be in access to healthy foods, rent instability, again, immigration cases in a large federal state. Specifically in Pennsylvania, our priority has been a driver's license for all because we know that without a driver's license, you are not able to meet some of your most basic needs. So in our door knocking that we do and talking to Latino voters, that is the priority that comes up, specifically with these mixed status families and young people who are unable, their parents may not be unable to get a driver's license. So the younger voter, in most cases, in the mixed families, is the one that has to be depended on to be able to get groceries, access the daily medications that may be needed, hospital visits, et cetera, et cetera. That is what's consisted of a basic need. So with the Latino voters, we always try to make sure we are bringing in that connection of this is not only just a Latino voter problem, because we know we can't do it ourselves. We know that Philly by itself can't just get driver's license for all or immigration reform. We have to fight as a state. Specifically, also as a poor and working class, we know that as Latinos, we can't do it ourselves. We have to outreach to everyone else. Our other citizens are still fighting and going through the same daily struggles, whether that be white or African American, Asian. They were all going through the same struggles during as a poor and working class. What we find in most cases with Latino voters and all voters as well, but specifically with Latino voters, because of the language barrier, it is difficult to be able to access some of the information based on voting as well as candidates. When we are speaking with Latino voters, we always do hear some confusion again as well with general voters, but that confusion is on purpose. This system is not built for us. So we have to make sure that we are well educated and that we are continuing to mobilize and we are continuing to educate ourselves, not only on just the candidates, but also the voting system. What I mean by the system not being built for us is the poor and low income community. Our community is someone that is always being placed last. What I mean by the system not being built for us is the 1% or the higher ruling class, specifically purposely are always dividing us. Specifically, we know right now during is that the narrative is that a border issue, it's an immigration issue, it's immigrants' faults. When immigrants are going through the exact same things that a lot of other people are going through, again, that rent instability, lack of housing, and the narrative has been that it's immigrants' faults. When we know that billions of dollars are going towards militarism, we know that billions of dollars are going to unnecessary spending when there is more housing than homeless people. We know that there is enough money to be able to meet all of our basic needs, but that's not the interest of the higher ruling class. As MOPA, our solution to this crisis is mobilizing and organizing, specifically organizing together, organizing across all lines of division, making sure that, yes, as a Latino community, we are united. But further beyond that, that we are united as a poor and working class. We understand what the issues is that our brother and sisters of other divisions of races or other lines of divisions are facing, and coming together we all are experiencing lack of housing, very high rent, very high food prices. All of our poor and low income community, working class, are experiencing that. The solution is to be able to put aside the narrative of division. That is their narrative, that is their tactic, and we have to be able to succumb that, to supersede that, and be able to organize as a poor and working class. Our poor and working people, according to the Poor People's Campaign, there's 140 million poor people. That's 140 million that if we come together, we can make a difference and make our demands.